There is a star in the constellation Orion called Betelgeuse. You have seen it. Even if you do not know its name, you have seen it. It is the bright reddish one at the top left corner of Orion, the hunter's shoulder. On a clear winter night, it is one of the most obvious things in the sky. A burning red coal hanging in the darkness. Betelgeuse is big, so big that if you put it where our sun is, its surface would extend past the orbit of Mars, maybe past the orbit of Jupiter. You could fit hundreds of millions of suns inside it. It is a monster, and it is dying. Right now, as you listen to my voice, Betelgeuse is in its final stage. It has burned through its hydrogen. It has burned through its helium. It is fusing heavier and heavier elements in its core, working its way up the periodic table in a desperate attempt to keep itself from collapsing. When it reaches iron, the fusion will stop. There is no energy to be gained from fusing iron. And when the fusion stops, the core will collapse in less than a second, and Betelgeuse will explode. It will become a supernova. For a few weeks, it will shine brighter than the full moon. You will be able to see it during the day, and then it will fade. And where that red coal used to be, there will be nothing but a faint smear of expanding gas. Astronomers are certain this will happen. The only question is when. It could happen in 100,000 years. It could happen in 10,000 years. It could happen tomorrow, or it could have happened already. That is the part that should make you uncomfortable. Betelgeuse is about 700 light years away. That means the light reaching your eye tonight, the photons landing on your retina when you look at that red star, those photons left Betelgeuse 700 years ago. They have been traveling through the void since the 1300s, since before Columbus, since the time of medieval knights and the Black Plague. That light is ancient. So if Betelgeuse exploded 600 years ago, we would not know yet. The light from the explosion is still on its way. It has not arrived. For the next 100 years, we would keep seeing the old light, the light that left before the star died, and we would have no idea that we are looking at a ghost. The star in the sky might already be gone. You might be staring at a corpse. This is not poetry. This is not metaphor. This is the cold, hard physics of how light and distance and time actually work. And Betelgeuse is just the beginning. Because once you understand what is really happening when you look at the night sky, you realize something deeply unsettling about the nature of reality itself. You have never seen the present, not once in your entire life. Let me show you what I mean. Light is fast. It is the fastest thing in the universe. Nothing can travel faster. It moves at 186,000 miles per second. In the time it takes you to blink, light could travel from New York to Los Angeles and back 40 times. That is fast. But fast is a relative word. And relative to the size of the universe, light is pathetically slow. Think about our own solar system. The sun is 93 million miles away. Light covers that distance in about 8 minutes. So when you feel the warmth of the sun on your skin, that warmth is 8 minutes old. If the sun went dark right now, you would not know for 8 minutes. For 8 minutes, you would be living under a dead sun, basking in the warmth of a star that no longer exists, completely unaware that the sky is about to go dark. But 8 minutes is nothing. Our nearest neighboring star, Proxima Centauri, is 4.24 light years away. The light from that star tonight is 4 years old. The bright star Sirius, the brightest star in the night sky, is 8.6 light years away. You are seeing Sirius as it was nearly 9 years ago, and these are the close ones. These are the stars in our immediate neighborhood. Polaris, the North Star, the one sailors have used for centuries to find their way, is about 430 light years away. The light reaching your eye from Polaris left that star before Shakespeare was born, before the telescope was invented, before anyone knew that the earth went around the sun. When you navigate by the North Star, you are steering by medieval light. Now I want you to understand what this means. For the picture you see when you look up at night, you think you are seeing the sky. You think you are seeing the universe as it exists right now, in this moment, while you stand there with your head tilted back. But you are not. You are seeing something far stranger. You are seeing a million different moments all at once. Each star in the sky is showing you a different slice of history. Sirius is showing you 9 years ago. Vega is showing you 25 years ago. Polaris is showing you 430 years ago. Betelgeuse is showing you 700 years ago. Deneb, that bright star in the constellation Cygnus, is showing you something that happened around 2,600 years ago, around the time the Greeks were building the Parthenon. The night sky is not a photograph. It is a collage. Every point of light is a different page from a different chapter of cosmic history, all pasted together into a single image that your eye receives as if it were happening now. But it is not happening now. None of it is happening now. Every single thing you see up there is old news. You are looking at the past, all of it, all at once. And the farther you look, the deeper into the past you see. With a small telescope, you can see the Andromeda Galaxy. It is the farthest thing visible to the naked eye on a very dark night, a faint smudge of light in the constellation Andromeda. That smudge is another galaxy, a collection of 1 trillion stars, and it is 2.5 million light years away. 2.5 million light years. The light reaching your eye from Andromeda tonight left that galaxy when our ancestors were just learning to walk upright on the plains of Africa. Homo erectus had not yet appeared. There were no humans, no language, no tools, just apes, slowly, generation by generation, beginning the long journey toward becoming us. That is how old that light is. That is how long it has been traveling. And you catch it tonight on your retina, this ancient messenger that has crossed 2.5 million years of void just to end its journey in your eye. Now consider this. In those 2.5 million years, what has happened in the Andromeda Galaxy? Stars have been born. Stars have died. Supernovas have exploded. Planets have formed. Perhaps civilizations have risen and fallen. Perhaps there were beings in Andromeda who looked toward our Milky Way and wondered if anyone was out there. And if they existed, and if they looked at us 2.5 million years ago, what did they see? They saw Earth as it was 2.5 million years before that. They saw Earth 5 million years ago. There were no humans then. There were barely any apes. The light they would have received from our planet carried no sign of intelligence, no signal, no message, just another blue dot in the cosmic void. We are all looking at each other's past, and the distance between us is so great that by the time we see anything, it is already ancient history. This is the loneliness of the universe. This is the isolation of existence. You cannot see the present. You can only see the past. And the farther away something is, the deeper into history you are forced to look. But let us go further. Let us push this to its limit. With the most powerful telescopes we have built, we can see galaxies that are billions of light years away. Not millions, billions. The Hubble Space Telescope has captured images of galaxies whose light has been traveling for over 13 billion years. That light left those galaxies not long after the Big Bang itself. Those galaxies were young when that light began its journey. The universe was young, and here is what haunts me. Those galaxies are gone now, not the stars in them, the galaxies themselves. The galaxies we see in those deep field images have had 13 billion years to evolve since that light left them. They have merged with other galaxies. They have been torn apart by gravitational forces. They have changed beyond recognition. The beautiful spirals and ellipses we photograph, those structures no longer exist. We are looking at fossils. We are looking at the bones of a universe that has already transformed into something completely different. If we could somehow see those regions of space as they are right now, today, we would not recognize them. Everything has changed. Everything has moved. Everything has evolved. But we cannot see them as they are now. The light from now has not reached us. It will not reach us for another 13 billion years. By then our sun will be long dead. The earth will be gone. Humanity, if it still exists, will be something unrecognizable. We are trapped in a bubble of the past. Everything we see, everything we can possibly see is old. The light from now, from this present moment happening across the universe, is on its way to us. But it will arrive in a future we will never live to see. Now I want to bring this home. I want to show you that this is not just about stars and galaxies and distant cosmic objects. This is about you. This is about everything you have ever seen or will ever see. You think you see the world in real time. You think when you look at your hand, you are seeing your hand as it is right now. But you are not. Light from your hand takes a tiny fraction of a second to reach your eye. A few nanoseconds, essentially instant by any human measure. But it is not zero. It is not nothing. There is a delay. And that delay means that even your own hand, held 6 inches in front of your face, is a tiny bit in the past by the time you see it. Now you might say, Professor Feynman, a nanosecond is nothing. Who cares about a nanosecond? And you would be right. For practical purposes, a nanosecond is nothing. But that is not the point. The point is the principle. The point is that the present is invisible. The present cannot be seen. By the time light from any event reaches your eye, that event is already over. It is already in the past. You are always, without exception, looking at history. When you look at your friend sitting across the table, you are seeing them as they were a few nanoseconds ago. When you look at a mountain on the horizon, you are seeing it as it was a few microseconds ago. When you look at the moon, you are seeing it as it was 1.3 seconds ago. When you look at the sun 8 minutes ago. When you look at Betelgeuse 700 years ago. The farther away something is, the deeper into its past you are forced to see. There's no escape from this. There's no technology that can overcome it. You cannot build a telescope that shows you the present. You cannot invent a camera that captures now. The speed of light is a fundamental limit of the universe. It is not just a speed limit for spaceships and rockets. It is a speed limit for information itself, for causality, for knowledge. You can never know what is happening right now on a star 100 light years away. By definition, you cannot. The information about right now has not had time to reach you. It is still on its way, traveling at the fastest speed the universe allows, and it will not arrive for another 100 years. This is why I say the stars you see might already be dead. It is not a scary story to tell children around a campfire. It is a statement of physical fact. Some of the stars you see tonight, particularly the distant ones, the ones that are thousands of light years away, some of them have already exploded. Some of them have already collapsed into black holes. Some of them have already faded into white dwarfs, cooling slowly in the darkness. But you will not know until the light from their death reaches you. And some of those death notices are still traveling. Some of them have been traveling for centuries. Some of them will arrive tomorrow or next year or next century. One night you will look up and a star that has always been there will simply be missing, or it will suddenly flare bright, brighter than anything in the sky, announcing a death that happened before your ancestors were born. The sky is full of delayed messages. Some are messages of birth, light from new stars just beginning to shine. Some are messages of death, the final screams of stars that ran out of fuel And some are messages from stars that are still alive but will be dead by the time their light reaches future generations. Think about what this means for humanity. If we ever receive a signal from an alien civilization, a radio message from a star 500 light years away, that message will be 500 years old. The civilization that sent it might not exist anymore. They might have destroyed themselves. They might have evolved into something unrecognizable. They might have abandoned radio technology centuries ago. And if we send a reply, it will take another 500 years to reach them. 1,000 years for a single exchange of hello. 1,000 years between question and answer. Whatever we say, whatever they say, we are always talking to ghosts. We are always speaking to the past. Hope in the future is still listening. This is the haunting truth of the universe. You are surrounded by the past. Everywhere you look, you see history. The present exists, but it is invisible to you. It is always just out of reach, hidden behind the travel time of light. By the time you see anything, it is already gone. So the next time you stand under a clear night sky, the next time you look up at that vast dome of stars, I want you to remember this. You are not seeing the universe as it is. You are seeing a museum, a gallery of ancient light. Every star is a message from the past, some recent, some ancient, some from epochs so distant that the earth did not yet exist when that light began its journey. And some of those stars, the ones twinkling peacefully above your head, have already died. They exploded centuries ago, millennia ago. They are already gone, but you will never know, not until the message arrives. You are looking at ghosts. You have always been looking at ghosts. And there is something beautiful about that, something humbling, something that connects you to the deep history of the cosmos in a way that nothing else can. Every photon that lands on your eye is a traveler, an ancient messenger that crossed the void just to end its journey in your awareness. You are the destination. You are where the universe's old light comes to rest. And tonight, when you look up, you will see history written across the sky in points of fire, some still burning, some long extinguished, all of them speaking to you from a past you can never visit. That is the truth Feynman understood. That is the haunting reality of light and time and distance. The stars you see are already gone, and still they are beautiful.